So fellas, I'm back here in the garage, of course, doing putting Kyle's heads together. Uh, I got him. I took him to my work this morning, cleaned them up in the parts washer. There's stuff in the exhaust port that isn't coming out. I had him soaking in my parts washer here at home for like 2 weeks, and it's gasoline and fuel oil mix, and it just isn't. It's just I think it's just burned on oil. Uh, from one, I think I ran them on the red car for a little while on a stock short block. When I first kind of like put the K member in and took the heater box and all that stuff out, I ran them on the car. Had a stock short. I think I had a GT40 intake manifold and a B cam. It didn't run real good. I think I had 430 gears in it. Of course, at the time I didn't know the brakes were hanging up. But I think I only ran it like that a few times. I'd have to look to see what it ran really. I think it was like mid sevens, something like that. It wasn't good. It was just, brakes were hanging up, and I was kind of getting the hang of trying to get my reps in behind the wheel. So, without further ado, these are the heads. This one is done. You've seen plenty of pictures before, the ports. The only thing I did different on these, I kind of beveled this off a little bit right here. According to David Vizard, that's supposed to be good. So we'll see if it makes a difference for him. I used a kit from Flowtech Induction, the 73-925. I've got a kit like that on the red car, and I've got a lot spicier cam. Well, a little spicier than what Kyle's running. He's got he's going to have an X cam with 1.7 rockers. So they should be kind of similar. I think mine's got a little more lift. So what I did was just kind of like touch up the redneck swirl polish on here, and then put them together. What Ed sends you, you get a little bag with the standard keepers for the intake. There's another one behind me here. You get the plus 50 for the exhausts. You get all the valve spring seats. You get a box or a bag of valve seals. Hello. And then you get retainers. Like I said, you get the standard for the intake, plus 50 on the exhaust, because the exhaust got the retainer in a different spot for some reason. I think, oh, that's right. They had the factory ones had the big old heavy rotator jobber on there, and then you get the retainers. So it's essentially just kind of like put it together. Make sure it's clean. Make sure you clean out your valve guides if you had any machine work done or any kind of stuff going on with them. The one thing I did on these heads that's way different than what normal people would do is I took the valve guide like all the way down, and it turns out it didn't make any difference on the flow bench. I thought getting rid of that would help, but it did not. So, but I did have new valve guides put in just to make sure that it would be so that it wouldn't have any wobble on the valve or anything like that. I wanted them to leave the valve guide, the part sticking out through there, but he wouldn't do it. He said it had to be supported somehow, so he cut them off, which is kind of a bummer. But anyway, they seem to work. Rodney's got them on the brain, and I think that broke into the 6 not too long ago. I told him I could do a little more with the tune, probably help it a little bit. I don't think he ran it with a tune on there before, but I think it can pick up a little bit more. We'll see when he brings it up next time when I'm there and I got my laptop. So anyway, this is it. Valves are pretty nice, or the springs, pretty nice pieces. They are about 380 to 400, I think. Closer to 400 is the rate on them. They bind at 1.1 inch, so you can Don't have to have a lot of, you know, you can dial them down pretty tight. That's about it, I guess. Not much, nothing cosmic with it. It's a pretty simple kit. Oh, and I did fill up the port, you know, for the EGR. You can see right there. It's not set up real good yet. I put almost a whole tube of this stuff. You can tell I was prepared for this video, right? This is the stuff. A guy named Don, I think, turned me on to this stuff. It's supposed to be pretty good. It's supposed to be good for up to like 2,000 degrees. 2,350 degrees, supposedly. When I took these apart initially, they had, if you remember, one of the first videos I put up, they had, I had put fireplace caulk and steel wool in there. And some of that stuff was still in the port, actually. So this stuff is supposed to be a lot better. On the inside, I didn't, because it isn't set up yet, so I couldn't do anything with it. So I just kind of shaped it with my finger, and I can clean that up tomorrow with a sanding roll. I tried it on the other one and it hadn't set up yet, and it gooed all over the place, so I had to put a little more in there. This tube was like $25, and like I said, I used almost the whole tube on just these two heads. So we'll see how it works out. I don't remember if I've used that on any other heads. I got to get another tube. I've got a set of heads here for the old boy. He's got a set of Explorer heads I've got of his to port, and I still got the Parker funnel web of Rodney's to do. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's boring and blah blah blah. All right, appreciate y'all, fellas. Later.